Franz Kafka, a literary giant of the 20th century, was born in Prague, Bohemia in 1883. Prague, a city of ancient grandeur and cultural crossroads, played a pivotal role in shaping Kafka's unique literary sensibility. The city's Jewish quarter, with its bustling streets and rich cultural heritage, provided the backdrop for Kafka's early years. Kafka's childhood home, located near the Old Town Square, stood as a testament to the city's architectural splendor and historical significance. The imposing tin church, with its towering spires, cast a long shadow over the neighborhood, a symbol of the omnipresent weight of tradition and authority. The Vltava River, flowing through the heart of Prague, mirrored the city's dynamism and its undercurrents of change. Kafka's Prague was a city of contrasts, where ancient myths and modern anxieties intertwined. The city's Gothic cathedrals and medieval alleyways whispered tales of a bygone era, while the rise of industrialization and the rumblings of social unrest hinted at a future pregnant with uncertainty. This unique blend of the old and the new, the sacred and the secular, left an indelible mark on Kafka's imagination, shaping his literary vision and his profound understanding of the human condition. Franz Kafka's childhood was marked by a complex interplay of family dynamics, cultural identity, and personal anxieties. Born into a German-speaking Jewish family, Kafka found himself caught between the dualities of his heritage. His father, Hermann Kafka, was a self-made businessman, a stern and domineering figure who cast a long shadow over Kafka's early life. Kafka's mother, Julie Lowy, came from a wealthy and intellectual family, providing a stark contrast to Hermann's pragmatic and authoritarian nature. The young Kafka often felt caught in the crossfire of his parents' contrasting personalities, his sensitive nature struggling to reconcile their divergent worldviews. Growing up in the Jewish quarter of Prague, Kafka was acutely aware of the social and religious prejudices faced by his community. The ghetto walls, though physically dismantled, cast a long shadow over the lives of Prague's Jewish population, creating a sense of confinement and otherness. Kafka's own experiences of anti-Semitism, though often subtle and insidious, fueled his growing sense of alienation and his profound understanding of the human condition's absurdity. Franz Kafka's educational journey took him through the hallowed halls of Prague's esteemed academic institutions, where he was exposed to a rich cultural and intellectual environment. After completing his primary and secondary education, Kafka enrolled in the Charles University in Prague, a decision that would shape his future profoundly. This renowned center of learning boasts a rich history dating back to the 14th century, making it one of the oldest universities in Europe. At the university, Kafka pursued a degree in law, a field that was both challenging and demanding. This decision was largely influenced by his father's desire for him to have a stable and respectable profession, ensuring financial security. Despite his literary inclinations, Kafka dutifully attended law lectures, often finding them monotonous yet necessary. He immersed himself in legal texts, spending countless hours studying and preparing for exams. His hard work paid off when he successfully completed his studies, earning a doctorate in law in 1906, a significant achievement. Following his graduation, Kafka embarked on a career path that seemed to align with his father's aspirations, though it was not his true passion. He secured a position at the Workers' Accident Insurance Institute, a job that provided stability but little personal satisfaction. This bureaucratic institution was tasked with handling workplace injury claims, a role that required meticulous attention to detail. The work was tedious and emotionally draining, often leaving Kafka feeling unfulfilled and weary. He had to navigate a labyrinthine world of paperwork, regulations, and impersonal interactions, which he found stifling. Despite the soul-crushing nature of his bureaucratic job, Kafka found solace in his writing, which became his true calling. He used writing as an outlet for his creative energies and a means of processing the absurdities he encountered in his daily life, turning his frustrations into art. His experiences at the Insurance Institute would later serve as a rich source of inspiration for his literary works, providing a backdrop for his stories, particularly his novels The Trial and the Castle, which are considered masterpieces of existential literature. These works vividly depict the dehumanizing nature of bureaucracy and the individual's struggle against oppressive systems of power, themes that resonate to this day. Franz Kafka's literary journey was not a sudden burst of inspiration, but a gradual awakening, a slow burn fueled by late-night writing sessions and a deep-seated need to express the complexities of the human condition. His dedication to his craft was unwavering. While dutifully fulfilling his obligations at the Insurance Institute, Kafka dedicated his evenings and weekends to the pursuit of his true passion, writing. His work-life balance was a delicate dance. Kafka's early writings were often fragmentary and experimental, a reflection of his own search for a unique literary voice. He was constantly evolving as a writer. He experimented with various genres, from short stories and aphorisms to diary entries and letters, each form offering a different lens through which to explore his inner world and the world around him. This period was crucial for his development. During this formative period, Kafka drew inspiration from a diverse range of sources, from the existentialist philosophy of Søren Kierkegaard to the absurdist plays of August Strindberg. These influences were pivotal. He was particularly drawn to writers who dared to explore the darker aspects of human nature, who delved into the realms of anxiety, alienation, and the search for meaning in an often absurd world. Kafka resonated deeply with these themes. As Kafka honed his craft, his writing began to take on a distinctive style, characterized by its precision of language, its dreamlike atmosphere, and its unflinching exploration of the human psyche's darkest corners. His work was both haunting and profound. His stories were often populated by characters trapped in surreal and nightmarish situations, grappling with forces beyond their control and searching for meaning in a world devoid of easy answers. Kafka's legacy continues to inspire. All right, let's dive into some of Franz Kafka's major works and the recurring themes that run through them, making his literature so unique and thought-provoking. Kafka's writing often explores complex themes such as alienation, existential anxiety, and the absurdity of modern life, reflecting the struggles of the individual in a rapidly changing world. His most famous work, The Metamorphosis, tells the story of Gregor Samsa, who wakes up one morning to find himself transformed into a giant insect, a situation that symbolizes profound personal and social alienation. This bizarre and unsettling premise captures the essence of Kafkaesque literature, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary in the most disturbing ways. Another significant work is The Trial, where the protagonist, Joseph K., is arrested and prosecuted by a remote, inaccessible authority without ever being told the nature of his crime, highlighting the absurdity of bureaucratic systems. This novel delves into the themes of bureaucracy and the nightmarish, often illogical nature of legal systems, portraying a world where justice is elusive and arbitrary. Kafka's The Castle is another cornerstone of his literary legacy, offering a deep exploration of human frustration and the quest for meaning. The story follows a land surveyor known only as K, who struggles to gain access to the mysterious authorities of a castle that governs the village for unknown reasons, symbolizing the elusive nature of power. This work highlights themes of isolation, the elusive nature of power, and the individual's futile quest for meaning in an indifferent world, a recurring motif in Kafka's writing. Through these works, Kafka has left an indelible mark on literature, influencing countless writers and thinkers across generations. His unique narrative style and profound exploration of human conditions continue to resonate with readers around the globe, making his works timeless. So, yeah, that's a brief look at some of Kafka's major works and the themes that define them, offering a glimpse into his complex and fascinating literary world. Franz Kafka's personal life was as complex and enigmatic as his writings. He struggled with intense feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, which were often exacerbated by his strained relationship with his father. Kafka's romantic relationships were marked by a similar ambivalence, as he oscillated between longing for intimacy and fearing the loss of his autonomy. Kafka's works delve deeply into themes of alienation, bureaucracy, and existentialism. His characters frequently find themselves trapped in absurd and often nightmarish situations, reflecting Kafka's own feelings of dislocation and powerlessness in the face of an indifferent world. The labyrinthine bureaucracies in his stories serve as metaphors for the dehumanizing systems that Kafka believed dominated modern life. In his later years, Kafka's health deteriorated significantly and he was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Despite his illness, he continued to write, producing some of his most profound work during this period. Kafka passed away in 1924 at the age of 40. After his death, his friend Max Brod defied Kafka's wishes to have his manuscripts destroyed, ensuring that his legacy would endure. Today, Kafka is celebrated as one of the most influential writers of the 20th century. Franz Kafka's influence on literature and culture is immeasurable. His exploration of the human condition, with its inherent anxieties and absurdities, resonates with readers across generations. Kafka's unique voice and vision continue to inspire writers, artists, and thinkers, solidifying his status as a literary icon for the ages.